Hello guys, good morning everybody. Welcome back to my channel. In the previous videos, we saw the introduction to probability distribution, and we also saw one probability distribution, which is the binomial distribution, which is discrete in nature because the n value, the number of experiments in the binomial distribution, it is discrete in number. It cannot take continuous values. Which is why it's discrete distribution. So, as I promised, we will see some problems in binomial distribution. Okay. So now, one question we saw last time, if you remember in the binomial distribution video, was that of the error question, bit error question. If you remember, I in that question I had given you the intuition of how the binomial distribution actually happens. Why is the NC X part coming, etc., etc. So now we will just directly apply the formulas and go on with the problems. Okay. Now, first problem. Each sample of water has a 10% chance of containing a particular organic pollutant. Assume that the samples are independent with regard to the presence of the pollutant. Find the probability that in the next 18 samples, exactly 2 contain the pollutant. Okay. Now, so each sample of water has 10% chance, right? So 10% chance means what? So the success probability is 10%, 10 by 100, which is 0.1. Correct. So this is the success probability, P. So Q is 0.9. Okay, because both adds to 1. Now find the probability that in the next 18 samples, in 18 samples exactly 2 should contain the pollutant. 18 means, so that should be n, value of n. Now exactly 2 contain the pollutant, so x value should be 2. That's so simple. Now what they're trying to calculate, p of x equal to 2, right? Now that will be 18c2 0.1 square into 0.9 power 16, correct? Because 16 plus 2 is 18. Now 18c2 is what? 18 into 17 into, so sorry, 18 factorial. I'll write first this one by 2 factorial into 18 minus 2 factorial, which is 16 factorial, correct? Now 0. I will take calculator. I'm not sure if the calculator is visible to you, but you can calculate it on your own. Okay. So zero point 0.1 cos square is 0.01. Okay. And zero point 0.9 power 16. Zero point 0.9 power 16 is 0.185. Okay. Now 18 factorial can be written as 18 into 17 into 16 factorial by 2 factorial into 16 factorial, correct? Now 16 by 16 cancel into 0.01 into 0.185. When you so you can still cancel 9 times, so this will be this 0.9 power 16 into 0.01 into 17 into 9, correct? So the answer is 0.283. Okay. So that is the probability that out of 18 samples, only 2 will contain the pollutant. Understood? Simple, direct question. Okay. We'll move on to the next question. Now, the random variable x has a binomial distribution with n is equal to 10, p equal to zero point 0.5, and determine the following probabilities. Okay. So this I took to explain you the PMF and CDF concepts. Okay. Now, p of x equal to 5. What is this? 10c5. P is what? 0.5. Take 0.5 as 1 by 2. Okay, there may be some advantage of it. Okay, 5. Now Q is also 0.5 because 0.5 plus 0.5 is 1. Now 5 here, it will again 5 will come because 5 plus 5 adds to 10. 10c5 is what? 10 into 9 into 7 into 6 by 5 factorial. 5 factorial will cancel. Now 5 factorial will stay. 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6. 5 factor will come. Denominator and numerator 5 factor will get cancelled. Now 10c5, denominator 1 5 factor will be there because it is 10 factorial by 5 factorial into 5 factorial, right? So this one will get cancelled. Okay. So another 5 factor will remain here. There will be 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. This is 120 case. Okay. 120 and 10 will go. Now this will be 12 times. Now 12 and 6 will go 2 times. Now 2 and 8 will go 4 times. And for 36 into 7 into 1 by 2 power 5 is 32 guys, and 1 by 32. Okay, now 32 times 4, this is what, 8 times. Now that's all I think. You cannot cancel anymore. 9 into 7 is 63. 63 by, this is 2 power 5, this is 2 power 3, so that will be 2 power 8. 2 power 8. 63 by 2 power 6 is 64. 2 power 7 is 120. 2 by 56, 256. 63 by 256 is the answer. Okay, you can check with the decimal. Okay, now similarly, p of x is less than equal to 2. What is this? P of x less than equal to 2 is what? This is nothing but CDF, right? They are asking value f of 2. You don't know the value of f of 2, okay? Because what is the CDF definition? P of x less than equal to x sigma, right? Okay, so you're anyway doing the sigma here, but you don't know the value of f of 2, so that's why you have to calculate the PMF from p of x equal to 0, p of x equal to 1, and p of x equal to 2. Everything you have to calculate, no other way, okay? Now this will be, what is n? 10c 0, 0, sorry, 1 by 2. Just a second, guys, it got stuck, I think. So this is, you can calculate it, right? So if you add p of x equal to 0 and p of x equal to 1, p of x equal to 2, you get p of x less than equal to 2. If in case they asked p of x greater than 2, what will you do? P of x greater, okay, we'll come to that part. Now 1 by 2 power 0 into 1 by 2 power 10 plus 10c1, 1, sorry, sorry guys, 1 by 2 power 1 and 1 by 2 power 9 plus 10c2 into 1 by 2 power 2 into 1 by 2 power 8. Okay, now, oh sorry, there's no space here, no problem, we'll solve it inside. Okay, 10c0 is 1, so 1 by 2 power 0 is also 1, 1 by 2 power 10, 1 by 2 power 10 is there, plus 10c1 is 10, and again 1 by 2 power 10, because 1 by 2 power 1, 1 by 2 power 9 is there. 10c2 is what? 10 into 9 into 8 factorial. So 10 into 9 by 2 will come. So 10 by 2 will go 5, 40 times it will come. If you want to get calculate, okay, it's correct only, no? 10 into 9 into 8 factor will come. 8 factor will cancel, 2 will come 5 times, 5 and 45, sorry, I wrote 40. So it will be 45, right? 45 into, again 1 by 2 power 10 will come. So this will be 1 by 2 power 10, take common, 1 plus 10 plus 45, which is 56. So 56 by 2 power 10. 2 power 10 is 1024. This is the answer. If you want, you can cancel it, see, okay? So now for the third, I'll write here, okay? P of x greater than equal to 9. That is the third question, right? P of x. So here comes the catch, okay? Now p of x greater than equal to 9. If will you keep on adding up to infinity? No, because it is binomial distribution, and binomial distribution has only n values. N is 10, right? So p of x equal to 9 and p of x equal to 10. That's all. N is given as 10 here, right? Here, the value of n is 10. So you will take only these two values. So you will get 9c, sorry, 10c9, 1 by 2 power 9, 1 by 2 power 1 plus 10c 10, 1 by 2 power 10 into 1 by 2 power 0. Understood? 10c9 is what? So remember this case. nc0 is always 1 and nc1 is always n. And nc1 is also equal to, in fact, you can write this as ncx is always equal to ncn minus x. Understood? So here in this place, our x is equal to 9, right? So nc9 will be equal to 10c9 will be equal to 10c 10 minus 9, which is 1, which is equal to 10. Understood? So this you can remember, okay? So 10c9 will be 10 only. 10 into 1 by 2 power 10 plus 10c10 is what? I told, no, 10 nc x is equal to ncn minus x. So your x is 10 here. So 10 minus 10 will be 0. So 10c 10 will be equal to 10c 0, which is 10. Understood? This is binomial theorem concept. Is okay. This you can remember in order to minimize the time. Okay. So this is 1. So 1 by 2 power 10. So if you take 1 by 2 power 10 common, you will 10 plus 1. 11 by 1024 is the answer. Okay. Now the final question, the final subdivision, P of 3 less than equal to x less than 5. What does this mean? Your probability that x lies between 3 and 5. That's the meaning, right? So this will be P of x equal to 3 plus P of x equal to 4 plus P of x equal to 5. Okay. You will you do this the homework, and like will you calculate this and tell me the answer? Simple, same formula. If you apply, you will get. Okay. Now I think they're not. I'm not given this question, but I'll just tell you one. Okay. What if they ask P of x greater than 2? Okay, now this will be P of x equal to 3 plus 4 plus 5 up to 10 you will do. But that is very wrong, right? So you can take 1 minus P of x less greater than 2 means 2 is not included. So you have to include 2. Understood? So here I'll write a number line and show 1, 2, 3, so on 10 is here. Okay. You know, if you, this is what, this is P of x. Okay. Now you know that when you add everything, you'll get 1 because it is probabilities. Okay. Now when they ask p of x greater than 2, they're asking from 3 to 10. Now can you see this? If you calculate 3 to 10, it will take a long time. And if you only calculate 1 and 2 and subtract it from 1, you'll get this value. Understood? That's what I'm doing here. Okay, this is how you will calculate the you'll reduce the time and calculate. Okay, so this will be 1 minus p of x equal to 0 plus p of x equal to 1. Understood? Now, so this will be 1 minus 10c 0, 1 by 2 power 0 into 1 by 2 power 10 plus 10c 1, 1 by 2 power 1 and 1 by 2 power 9. Correct? Okay. So 1 minus, this will be, if you take 1 by 2 power 10 common, this will be 10c 0 is 1. 1 plus 10c 1 is 10, again 11. So 1 minus 11 by 2, 1000. So this will be 1023 by 24, right? Oh, sorry, 11 is there, no? 1024 minus 11, which is 1013. So 1013 by 1024. Understood? Always, guys, always keep track that if your probability is coming greater than 1, you are doing mistake somewhere. Okay. So D part you will solve me and tell. Okay. Now we'll go to the next question. The phone lines to an airline reservation system are occupied 40% of the time. Assume that the events that the lines are occupied on successive calls are independent. Assume that 10 calls are placed to the airline. What is the probability that for exactly 3 calls the lines are occupied? Okay. Now, if you see the probability that the phone lines to an airline reception system are occupied 40% of the time, which is, we'll keep that as P 0.4. Okay. Now, uh, there are 10 calls placed. Okay, that will be Rn. Okay, Q is 0.6. Okay, 1 minus 0.4. Now a part is, what is the probability that for exactly 3 calls, which means what, your random variable will be that the lines are occupied, that will be random variable, and the probability that lines are occupied is for 40% generally. Now what is the probability for exactly 3 calls the lines are occupied? So out of 10 calls placed, 3 calls are occupied. What is that? What does that mean? P of x equal to 3. Understood? So here this will be 10c3. P will be zero point 0.4, power 3 into zero point 0.6 power 7. Understood? Simple. You can calculate this and see the answer. Okay. So very easy to do. Okay. First, see the probability of success P. With that, calculate Q. Now see how many times the trials are done. Here are just 10 calls, right? 10 times the calls are made. Out of 10, 3 calls should be occupied. Okay, so that's all. Now probability that for at least at least one call the lines are not occupied. Okay, now for at least one call the lines should not be occupied. Okay, which means your probability of success in this part will change. Okay, like it's not changing, you can keep it like that. Okay, because in this part if you keep that probability of success is occupied itself, it will be a little confusing. So for this case we'll see that for at least one call lines are not occupied. So not occupied probability will be zero point 0.6. Understood? Because that's what given, no? So q will 0.4. In this part alone it will change. You can keep it as that all like previously. How did we keep, no? The same thing or same way you can keep it. But I thought this will be easier. Okay, for at least one call, which is like probability of x greater than equal to 1. Now what did I tell in the previous question? You need not keep doing 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to 10. You can do 1 minus p of x equal to 0. Understood? Simple. Because again 0, 1 is there. Now they are asking for this probability. Now you can calculate this probability alone and do 1 minus. Understood? So 1 minus p of x equal to 0. So 1 minus 10c0. Your success probability this time is zero point 0.6 per 0 and point. So this will be, sorry, one second. So this will be what? 1 minus zero point 0.4 per 10. Understood? So this you'll calculate and get some answer. Okay. So this is one way to do. One more thing I was just thinking is you can easily do. I mean, this is also easy only. The only thing you have to change the p and q value in this subdivision alone. Otherwise, you can do for at least one call the lines are not occupied, right? So that will be 1 minus p of all the lines occupied. Correct. So if you do that with the same probability as P and 0.4 Q and 0.6, you will still get the same answer. Okay. But I thought this will be easier to go by basic. Okay. If you go with the logic. Okay. Now the third question is, what is the expected number of calls in which the lines are all occupied? Okay. So lines are all occupied means every line will be occupied. So n is what? 10. Okay, so all the lanes are occupied. Out of 10, 10 are occupied. Okay, now what is the expected number means? Remember, expected means mean. Okay, expected is always mean. That's why I told you when I was telling about the mean of mean binomial distribution, it will be E of x, which is expectation. Okay, so E of x is NP. Remember the mean of mean of E of x. Sorry, mean of binomial distribution, which is 10 into P is what? 0.4. That's all given, no? 0.4. Do not confuse with this one. This is for only B part, okay? Now this will be 0.4 into 10, 4. So the expected number of calls are 4, okay? So that's all about the third question. Understood? Very easy to do. Only this part is a little bit trickier. That's why I took this question, okay? Now we'll go to the last question, okay? Heart failure is due to either natural occurrences 87% or outside factors 13%. So that p value you can take as 87% is what? 0.87. Now instead of 1 minus 0.87, they themselves have given other factors is 13%, which is q. Now I'll tell you what is the catch here. If they gave this as 10% and some other factor is 3%, you cannot do take the failure probability as 10%, which is 0.1. No, if success probability is 0.87, failure probabilities are everything other than 0.87, which is 0.13. Understood? In this question, they are given outside factors as 0.13, so you take Q as 0.13. Outside factors, okay, this is blah blah, blah not necessary. Suppose there are 20 patients will visit an emergency room with heart failure. Okay, assume that causes of heart failure independent. This is a condition for binomial theorem. Okay, binomial distribution. So what is the probability that three individuals have conditions caused by outside factors? Outside factors is what? This one, no, 13%. Okay. So in this case, like in the previous question, in this case around P will be 0.13. Okay. Q will be 0.87 in this subdivision alone. Okay. What is the probability that three individuals will have conditions caused by outside factors? 3 means what? P of x equal to 3 out of 20, right? So it will be 20 C3 0.13 is P. You can substitute and calculate power 3 and Q power 17. Understood? In this case, they've asked outside factors. Okay, that's why you take in this part alone P as 0.13. Okay, next subdivision is what is the probability that three or more individuals have conditions caused by outside factors? Okay, outside factor. Okay, I think in all the questions they have given outside factors itself as the question. So you need not consider this one. Okay, you can directly take P as 0.13 and Q as 0.87 for every question. Okay, probability that three or more individuals, which means what? Three or more means X is greater than or equal to 3. You can do P of X equal to 0 plus P of X equal to 1 plus P of X equal to 2 plus, because here if you think that you can apply 1 minus P of X less than 3, oh sorry, they've given greater than equal to 3, no, so this will not come. It will be actually P of the X equal to 3 plus 4 up to 20. So you can calculate this part. P of x equal to 3 will not come because they were given equal to. If you do 1 minus, if you want to do 1 minus till 2, you have to do, okay, and do 1 minus this, will get the answer. Understood? Can you do this by yourself? This is a simple math only, okay. The logic around I'm telling, okay. For solving purpose only, the first two questions I solved and showed. Okay, the other two are you can easily solve. I'm just converting this question into mathematics, mathematical representation. You can easily calculate that. Okay, what are the mean and standard deviation of the number of individuals with condition of outside factors? So mean is what? Mean is NP, right? N is 20. 20 into P is what? 0.13. Outside factors. That's why. Okay. So standard deviation sigma square first you have to calculate NP cube, right? So this will be 20 into 0.13 into 0.87. Understood? If you calculate this, you will get the answer. And standard deviation is sigma, which is root of sigma square, which is sigma. Okay, very simple. Only thing is to the catch is like whatever they've asked outside factors or this one, just change the P and Q value according to the subdivision. Okay, understood? Simple. Four questions I've taken. If any doubt, please ask and please complete the remaining this dashes and all. Okay. Thank you guys. We'll see the next video. Next video we'll see about Poisson distribution, and the further video will be problems based on Poisson distribution. Okay. Thank you guys. Have a great day. Bye.